I do have fun with this AI. AI is fun to play with, but on the other hand, you realize that there is obviously a big difference in the torque differential speed, right, between the highest speed vibration of Adam and Eve cycling in water worlds that are in perfect balance, right? So you're always on the positive side of the ledger, gifting energy away, right? But what I get a kick out of is when I scroll down my Facebook page and see, it knows what music, little tunes that you love to hear, right? So because it's a data miner, because of what it learns through you or us, right? What it is that we enjoy because it can measure that, right, in algorithms. And then what it will do is it will kick back to you the little tunes or the sounds that it knows, right? And then what it will do is combine the sounds that it knows that you love to attract your energy, right? Because it's attracting the sounds that it's producing for you that it knows that you love to hear in sound and light waves, right? And then it will associate with those sounds that you're attracted to as an attachment to you. The other side of the equation, which is, oh, a little ball, because you're seeing two people play with a little ball, and it's an advertisement, which means it wants electrons from you in the name of alpha numerical formatting. Da 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 da. The metadata, data like data on Star Trek without a soul, but he's a machine. Operating information management, which is visual information management. It kicks back to you what it knows you want to see, and sound and light information. Da 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 da. Scramble the signal. Logging in and out, logging in and out, logging in and out. Right, you know what scrambling a signal is on a transmitter station, right? Scramble. Ask any pilot flies for the United States Navy what a scramble is, what a scrambler is. One of the first motorcycles I ever owned was called a Honda Scrambler. Scrambling. Scramble the signal, which means they can't read it. Hey, we broke into his radio set. Scramble. In the olden days over Vietnam, they used to drop what was called chaff. Little bits of aluminum so they can't read the avionics. AV, audio, video, ions, ionosphere, neurons, neuroions, the ionosphere, bouncing the signals off the ionosphere, elementals, ions, neurons. Noam Chomsky, who was a professor at MIT, did a lot of research on what was known as neuroions, ion U, as above, so below, mapping the terrain, mapping what we experience as above, so below. How fast is your chip? Otherwise known as neuron linguistic programming, the language of sound, the language of DNA communication using a computer terminal, antenna, stereo receiver, and transmitter. So you know that 1200 megahertz or even 800 megahertz or 900 megahertz can burn up any signals that are low frequency, which is called a band, like a headband. Bandwidth, the width of the wave. So if the width of the wave has a long space, that's called a long wave. That means it's taking more time to go up and more time to go down, which is called the measurement of a scalar wave. Scaling is log scales, logarithmic algorithms. The shorter the wave, the more space you're filling up. That means that the event horizon, when that spiral is spinning down the toilet, show a 3-year-old child that's how the water worlds work. Water worlds are cooling your engine, baby. So you know that binary chips are not as fast as a mated chip. That's an oversoul. So we play with the AI. It's a game player. Go watch the movie. War games. You want to play another game. And that young adolescence was able to get in with tic-tac-toe. Tick-tock. The cuckoo clock. The gears. Remember the timekeeper in the Matrix? Time is just a concept. All there is energy. Is your energy in balance? You're running a simple calculator. Remember when you were a child growing up? What was the first arithmetic that you learned? Adding and subtracting, addition and subtraction, right? You don't want to be digging a hole, right? That's why as a child, believe it or not, I was fortunate enough to have other children I hung out with, which means we're tuning into the waves, which are the scales of the waves. Are those waves in tune? Are they in harmony and balance with each other, which are known as equilibrium states? Yeah. The water wheels are cooling the engine of creation down because we run a high-speed chip. Otherwise, we burn the house down. We don't want to burn the house down. So the ratio, the molecular relationship between hot and cold is 300 to 1. 300 to 1, 1 in 300, 1 unit or 1 molecule of water will cool 300 units of heat. Yeah. So when the pressures are in balance, that's called calm skies, blue calm skies, because the oceans is a mirror with the sun's mirror. Yeah. As above, so below. Have a great day. We love you all. It was funny when I watched a Dolores Cannon little meme that was put up by a friend of mine about sin. Okay, so that's an S, like, an S. Yeah, like a snake, like a coil. The snake we used to use to plunge down the toilet when it got clogged up, clear the drain, right? So the water continues to spin down there. When you watch a river, the way that a river flows, right? The water, we are water worlds. The spin ratio harmonic, where light bends at the completion of a magnetic circuit. How fast is that circuit completing? Which is called an event horizon, which is where light bends on the event horizon. Now we're back to the speed of the wave, right? As above, so below, a vertical plume. How fast is that light spinning on the event horizon in a galactic tornado? Hurricanes. Miami Hurricanes, the university, university. They play head games. The University of Miami Hurricanes, force against force, X against X, X against X. It's funny what they're doing now because they're exposing themselves everywhere on the networks. I watched one yesterday with a very beautiful looking face in the mirror, whose name is Joy. And she was talking about Deion Sanders. Everybody knows Deion Sanders. Now he's got a label called Prime, like Amazon Prime. And she was showing Deion Sanders because he's a guy that was great playing football with the Dallas Cowboys, right? So she showed a picture of Deion with all of his gold chains. Gold is female, has a super conductivity, the conductor of the train, conductors of electricity. And she showed Deion wearing a big earring on his left ear with a big dollar sign, which is an S with two vertical lines through it. The money sign. It's all about money and gold, which is harvesting the female gold. Right? Yeah. X is male, gold is female. Have a great day. I love you all. Be good to yourselves.